Royals, what's going on? It's your girl Q the Queen here, back with another video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're liking the content, hit that like button. And if you have any thoughts, comments, or concerns, make sure you hit that comment section. Because me and my Royals, we talks about it. We got a little bit of basketball season is non-existent. But we still been getting some good old images from upcoming releases. And this one I thought was worthy of speaking on, because I want to see it in person, but we only got images for now. We get what looks like the official images of the Zoom Freak 2, which of course is the signature shoe of the Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. The boy is good. The boy is good. But anyway, I definitely thought this was a worthy release to kind of talk about, just because I feel like, honestly, even though some folks are going to say already what I'm thinking, it's a derivative of some things we have seen already for basketball sneakers, particularly Nike. But to me, it is a much better derivative. So immediately when I see it, of course, I'm thinking Paul George, right? I'm thinking PG, but it's without the straps. Okay, so I'm thinking pretty much PG 1 through 3. All right, but if I can be so honest, it looks better. It looks better. And as well as comparing it to the Zoom Freak 1, where of course you had that swoosh, that giant swoosh on the midsole going in reverse. That was pretty much the only feature on that shoe that really made it worth caring about. Because in my opinion, the upper on that shoe, even though it was obviously really breathable and flexible, it kind of cheapened it a little bit. So you had that fancy midsole, that fancy midsole, but the upper just didn't really, it seemed like it was for two different shoes. You know what I mean? Seemed like it should have been, you know how Kyrie and LeBron and those guys do, they'll have a cheaper version of their shoe and then they'll have their official shoe. That's kind of what the Zoom Freak 1 was, but on one shoe. So the upper was value and then the midsole was like that official premium based, but what a signature should have. So I don't know. That's just how my mind works when I saw that shoe. But anyway, so you got the images of this one. So the Nike is going in the way, in the direction in which we're typically used to. It's not super huge, but I think that the size of it, it's big enough to do what it's doing. Basically, it's right there on the lateral side where you can just see it, and it's attaching to the laces, and it's going up toward the heel. So I feel like where it's placed definitely makes the size of that swoosh appropriate, because if that swoosh was too small, then it will look too much like maybe a Paul George or something of that effect, the Nike sneaker. So I think they're kind of trying to keep up with the whole big swoosh for the Zoom Freak, which I like it. I like the big swoosh. And again, like I said, they typically place, for his shoes specifically, what they've been doing, they've been making that Nike swoosh very noticeable, making it huge, but they've been placing it in spots on the shoe that make it attractive to me. And that goes for the Zoom Freak 1. Like I said, I loved how that swoosh was on the midsole. I thought that was dope. Okay, and then on this one, I think the placement of it, even though it's kind of in a normal direction, I think the placement of it is definitely it's a good aesthetic to me. You have his logo going on the toward the heel on the bottom. The midsole is shaped like probably a good shoe that would be for velocity and all that good stuff that comes with Zoom. So it's definitely a Zoom shoe. That's typically how the Zoom technology is built, especially for the lower cut shoes. It seems like that's kind of the standard look. I'm trying to make out the material of the upper. It looks like that might be some sort of matte netting, like not necessarily like a fly wire, but it looks like it has the same kind of toughness of what a fly wire might have. That alone makes it look more premium than the previous pair. That makes it look more durable, and it doesn't have that cheap look like what I mentioned before. And then if you look toward the heel, it looks like it might have a bit of the heel and the tongue actually looks like more of a nylon. So kind of has a nylon mesh look to it. And I can't honestly see what that back tab is made out of. I can't tell if that's plastic or leather. But again, it just looks like, even though we have that mesh and that breathable component to it, it just looks like it's just way more durable. It looks like, you know, you're getting more bang for your buck now. It looks like something you can actually ball in for a while. Or it looks like something you can just rock if you're a sporty person. This is definitely a performance shoe. Like, don't get it twisted, but it has kind of that, if you want to just do like a casual sporty look, I feel like you can still pull that off with this shoe. It has his parents' name once again, Charles and Veronica, which was featured on his first shoe. Chiseled onto the heels. Yeah, man, I mean, we'll start to see, I guess, more official angles of the shoe, and we'll be able to better dissect it. But I'm looking forward to some colorways of this shoe. I'm looking forward to possibly, you know, I might want to try a pair out. I have maybe one or two that I liked of the first pair that I don't have it yet, but this one for sure, I may pick it up, especially if he keeps playing the way he does. This guy is very much on his way to being one of the best players in the league. Well, he's already one of the best players in the league, but to being possibly the best player in the league. And I know there's quite a few guys in line for that. Everybody waiting for LeBron to finish. And I know this video ain't even about LeBron, but I'm just saying that's what y'all gonna make it into, because that's what the conversation always leads to. But like I said, these young guys are waiting for LeBron to finish on up so they can take over. And Giannis is one of the guys directly in line to go ahead and swoop in. Because all the other guys that are top tier are, you know, they creeping on Father Time's clock too. Your Steph Curry's, your Kevin Garnett's, those guys are in their 30s now too. So it's not like they got a whole lot of time to be trying to be out here being the best player in the league. Giannis is young, Giannis is up and coming. I mean, I think that he probably has the better chance of being the best player in the league, just based off of that and how he's progressing along. But anyway, I digress. As I said before, I think that this shoe is a solid entry into his particular signature line. Check it out. I'm looking forward to different colorways of it. Y'all let me know what you guys think. Honestly, I have not seen any release information. I guess we gotta wait and see. They just wanted us to know what the shoe looks like. Release information should be coming soon. I know that his shoes aren't typically much in terms of price. I think the Zoom Freak one was like between $140, $160, maybe cheaper than that. I don't remember. It might have been $120. I don't remember. But yeah, I think he's more on the economical side of the game, especially being a young guy. They typically start off pretty cheap for those guys, but it doesn't look cheap, and that was my biggest driving point with this. So again, y'all hit the comment section, let me know what y'all think. I thought that this was a pair worthy of talking about. I don't like to talk about all Nike basketball shoes because some of it is just like, it's the same thing, you know what I mean? So no reason to talk about the same thing. This one has a little bit of you know, especially since this is the second pair and it's better. I think it's better. Thought it was worthy. All right. All right, y'all. Hit me in the comment section, and until next time, baby. Royalty. The queen is hyped up. The queen is hyped up.